I'm burning up in front of this window, but the lighting looks good, so. Hey you guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Naja, and I am a graduating senior who just finished the very exhausting college application process for the 2018-2019 school year. I just wanted to make a very short video about how my application process went, where I was accepted, denied, where I'm attending, and just try and help you guys out because when I was a junior and in senior year before I started, I was watching so many of these videos on YouTube. Like, I watched probably every single decision reaction video, stats video, how I got into blah 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 school video, essays, all of that. So I definitely wanted to make a video just to help out anyone else who might see my videos and might want to go to the schools I applied to, was accepted to, and just help you guys out in any way that I can. So I figured that I would tell you guys about which schools I was accepted, waitlisted, and denied from, and then give you a few tips and anything else. So I applied to 20 schools in total, and yes, that is a lot, but I wanted to have options, and the applications I used made it easy to apply to all of these schools that I actually applied to. So first I'm going to tell you guys which ones I was accepted to, waitlisted from, and denied, and then I'll tell you guys the applications I used to apply to each one. So out of the 20 schools, I was accepted to 10, waitlisted at 4, and denied from 6. I'm going to go through and tell you guys which 10 schools I was accepted to. UGA, Georgia Tech, Georgia State, Spelman, Emory, Johns Hopkins, Notre Dame, NYU, USC, and Stanford. So those were the 10 schools I was accepted to, and the next 4 schools I was waitlisted from. Columbia, UC Berkeley, Rice, and U Chicago, and then I was rejected from Yale, Princeton, UCLA, Pomona, Duke, and Dartmouth. So I was rejected from the Ivy League, but as you can see, I got into my dream school, Stanford University, so I will be attending Stanford in the fall. I will also be making a stats video on my whole application to Stanford, how I got in and things like that, so be on the lookout. So as you can see, I applied to a lot of schools. I applied to safety schools, target schools, reach schools, some private institutions, some public, some state schools, some liberal arts colleges, and I just wanted to have a nice amount of options in case anything came up where I was changing my mind about what kind of school I wanted to go to. When I was applying to colleges, I used 3 different application types, I guess. So the first application I used was the QuestBridge application, the second was the common application, and then the third was an application directly to the institution. So QuestBridge, if you're unaware, is a program for low-income, first-generation minority teens that helps you apply to college for free, basically. So there are a lot of stipulations with QuestBridge. If you are interested in it, you can ask me, or you can comment, DM me on Instagram, or DM me on Snapchat, and I'll be happy to help you, but it is kind of complicated to explain. So if you are interested, just hit me up and I will help you in any way that I possibly can. I will also leave the link below to the QuestBridge website, and you can read for yourself. So I applied to about 12 schools with my QuestBridge application, and it's basically a long application that you fill out, and they use that instead of your common app or any other application that they may have required for other students. So I used that as my regular application to 12 different schools. They have different partner schools that you can send the application to, and Stanford was one of them. I was accepted to a lot of the QuestBridge schools that I had applied to, not all of course, but I did get into a few of them. And so QuestBridge was very helpful to me. They opened a lot of doors and allowed me to waive all those application fees, because you know it is so expensive to apply to college. Like, you have your application fees, sending your scores, sending your ACT score, sending your SAT score, sending your subject 2s, and it was just a lot. So I mean your SAT 2s, and it was just so much. So I was really grateful to have that opportunity to apply to these colleges through QuestBridge. So please look into it. It will help you out a lot. So the next application that I used was the Universal Common App, which everyone probably knows about. You go onto Common App and you basically fill out one common application that you can send to almost any school you want to send it to. I applied to about 5 schools with the common application, and the last applications that I used were school-specific applications. UGA, which is the University of Georgia, UCLA, and UC Berkeley, which are part of the University of California system, all use school-specific applications where you had to submit your application. They all use school-specific applications where you had to send your application directly to them. So I applied to UGA with their specific application. I just logged onto their site, made me a portal, sent that. And then I also applied to UCLA with the UC application system, which also made it easy because you can fill out one application and send it to all, 11 campuses that they have. So I just applied to UCLA and UC Berkeley. Now, for every college I applied to, I did have a fee waiver. So I did not pay for any application of any sort when I was applying to these colleges. People might say, oh, you're wasting money, you didn't need to apply to that many colleges, but I had to pay. So I encourage you guys, if you are eligible, to receive a application fee waiver from your counselor, from your school, or sometimes the College Board will send them out. To apply to any colleges, you should definitely use the fee waiver because it can add up once you're applying to, if you're applying to as many schools as I'm applying to. Before I end, I wanted to give you guys a few tips for starting off the application process. I know we're going into the summer now, so it is time to start if you are a junior. I know that's probably not what you want to hear as you're going into your summer break, but you should start early so you're not as stressed later on in the year. So the first tip that I have is to start your essays early, especially if you are going to apply to a bunch of different schools and you want a good application. You have to stand out through your essays basically, because when you're applying to elite institutions, a lot of the kids are going to have good grades. I'm telling you guys, a lot of the kids are going to have the 4.0, the perfect test score, but that's not really what makes the applicant. It's really your personality needs to shine through. So I encourage you guys to start on your essays early. Okay, so the next tip I have is the standard keep your grades up and stay involved in school. So if you are in 9th or 10th grade, I encourage you to keep your grades as high as possible in those 2 years, because 11th and 12th grade are going to get a lot harder, not to scare you all, but they are going to be hard because you're going to have a lot more to deal with instead of just schoolwork and any other work that you may have been dealing with. You're also going to have to worry about tests, getting ready for college, writing your essays, and all the other fun stuff that comes at the end of your high school. So 11th and 12th grade are your most important years, but they're also going to be your hardest. So if you can start off strong, I think you'll be able to finish strong. However, if you start off kind of rough in 9th, kind of rough in 10th, and then you show improvement in 11th or 12th, or you show improvement at any time in your college application, in your transcript, then it'll look really good to colleges because it's showing that you had to make some adjustments, but you can adjust to the high school rigor and adjust to taking harder classes, and it shows that you can really persevere through anything. Okay, so that leads me to my third tip, which is find something that you're passionate about inside of school and outside of school if it's not the same. So of course you're going to want to join clubs. In your 9th and 10th grade year, I feel like those are the years that you should explore your interests, your passions, and find something that you actually like to do so that you can pursue that for the rest of your high school career. So of course you can explore the clubs that they offer, whether it's tutoring club, cooking club, anime club, whatever. Just explore it, find what you like, and then turn that passion into action. So that was so ugly, but I meant find something you're passionate about and use that passion and implement that into your community, because that's what colleges really like to see, is that you have a passion, and it will really help if it's what you want to major in, what you want to do later in life, but it shows that you are serious about this activity and you want to make a change in your community, you want to help other people, you want to do this, you want to do that, whatever your passion is. They want to know that you are passionate about something and that you like to do something other than just get good grades and study for tests. So another tip that I have is people are going to tell you that GPAs and test scores don't matter as much, which is very, very true. They do not matter as much as your essays and as much as your extracurriculars. However, in my opinion, they are important to the application because it shows that you can handle rigor, responsibility, and you can still be successful in that type of environment, because that's the type of environment that you're gonna be in when you go to college. You're gonna have all this social stuff going on, all these clubs going on, but you're still gonna have to stay on top of your grades and actually learn, because that's what you're there to do. You're supposed to be learning and getting good grades and succeeding, getting internships and stuff. So that's what they like to see in an applicant, in my opinion. The last tip I have is to be proud and be confident of what you submit to colleges. Be proud of your essays, be proud of your transcript, be proud of your resume if they have you submit one, be proud of the interview if you have to go through an interview, and just be proud of whatever you submit to the college, because that's what they're going to judge you on. That's what they're going to see. They don't know anything else about you. They don't know how great of a person you are unless you show them in your application. It's not just about the numbers, it's not just about the extracurriculars, it's about who you are as a person and how you would fit in their college environment. Okay, you guys, so that's all I had for you for this video. Hopefully I was making sense because talking to this camera is kind of difficult. But you will be seeing another video from me, a stats video, a how I got into Stanford, USC, Johns Hopkins, Emory video, and many more schools. So be on the lookout for that. I will also talk about my whole application, stuff about me that might have stood out to the application readers, and just anything else that comes to mind. So if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. I will leave my Instagram in the description box, and you guys can comment anything down below if you have anything to ask or say. And thank you guys for watching.